I'm Wade Norris, and not only do I approve this message, I helped to create it. When I started Ultimate Politics as a journalist, I wanted it to be clear that I was a completely independent journalist with the tagline, "News from people, not corporations." And in doing that show, I found out just how little the media was covering the amount of corrupting influence the special interests have had on our government.
And I'll say it for the record, and there isn't a single CEO of a for-profit prison corporation in the United States that doesn't know this about me. I have no use whatsoever for the private prison industry because they've given an incentive to incarcerate.
We need elected officials that listen to us. We cannot afford a repeat of Democrat and Republican leadership telling us to, quote-unquote, trust me on international free trade deals, and years later, we find out that the middle class was sold out.
One of the things that appeals to me personally and to a lot of voters was your stand against NAFTA under the Clinton administration. Mm-hmm. What was the atmosphere like as a Democrat going against a Democratic president?
When he made the decision to do the North American Free Trade Agreement, NAFTA, as opposed to health care, it was one of the worst decisions of his presidency and one of the worst legislative decisions made in the history of this country. Because what NAFTA gave us was more lost jobs, a neoliberal trade policy that benefited only those people at the very, very top.
The CEOs.
The CEOs, the internationalists.
And it's not just politics nationally. I will fight special interests interfering with our policies locally.
We're not a political agenda, and we're not a profit margin. We are students that need to be educated.
Because when it comes to our families and the future of our planet, we can't waver, we can't bend to the will of the special interests, no matter which party we belong to. That's why I take no corporate contributions, because there's so much at stake.
We have all these wonderful people here at a mile-high elevation. And for each one of you, there are thousands of people living on low-lying islands all across the world, living barely a few feet above sea level. For them, global warming is not a political debate. It is something they are seeing every day of their lives as they watch their homes become engulfed in rising seawater and see ocean rise. This is not something that they can hesitate on, and it's definitely not something that we can hesitate on.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. We're all in this together. I'm Wade Norris, and not only do I approve this message, I helped to create it.